Hi, in this video, I'm going to show you a demonstration on how you can use EON Spatial AI to create immersive experiences on the topic of Bell Captain. Now, at the top right-hand corner of the screen, you can select Create and hover to Course Catalog. And under this Course Catalog option, you have AI Ready Single Express, in which you can directly input the prompt for your lesson. For example, we can put a prompt like this to create an immersive training experience that teaches learners how to perform the duties of a bell captain in hotels in the UAE. You can use this option to enhance the description if you need to. You can specifically choose your skill type, whether do you want this to be a hard skills or a soft skills lesson. You can just leave it as auto detect, allow the AI to determine the skill type for you. You can change the experience language to Arabic, French, German, or Hindi, but I'll stick to English in this demonstration. And you can also select this option if you want this to be converted into 5 different lessons with increasing difficulty. So once you have input your prompt and selected your preferences of the lesson, you can click on create. And now it will take you to the next page where the AI will ask you for your validation on the lesson title and its learning objective. There we go. So at this stage here, all right, you can vet the lesson title. So you can see because I have chosen create 5 lessons with increasing difficulty. All right, the AI has given me from very basic lessons such as guest greeting techniques, luggage management skills, all the way to team leadership and coordination. All right. So some are identified as soft skills, some are identified as hard skills. Well, I can at this stage even change one of the soft skills into a hard skills lesson, and similarly, I can also convert a soft skills or a hard skills into a soft skills lesson. So you can ensure that the lesson title and description meets your expectation. But if you feel that some adjustments need to be made, you can edit the description here accordingly. Right? So once you have finalized your lesson title and description, you can select continue. And now you will receive a message from EON AI which says the experience generation is in progress. And very shortly, we will also be able to monitor the progress of these lessons creation. So there is a status log where you'll be able to keep track on the completion status. Here we go. All right. So next to the AI ready on this row, you'll be able to go to status log and you'll be able to see the lesson creation here. So you will be able to also keep track of the date and time of the lesson creation. And under this status column, very soon you'll be able to monitor the completion status as well. Okay, we have one lesson which is ready. So now I'm going to show you how you can, where you will be able to locate these lessons. So at the top left-hand corner of the screen, you have your workspace here, all right, where you'll be able to find all the lessons which you have created by far. So you can see that I have 2 lessons which are ready, all right. So I have a lesson on luggage management skills and guest greeting techniques. And not only that, right, the application will also create a playlist of all the lessons for you. So in this playlist option here, you'll be able to find the 5 experiences which you have created. Okay, you'll be able to enable a prerequisite whereby learners will have to only attempt these lessons in a sequential manner, completing one before accessing the next lesson. You'll be able to also adjust the sequence accordingly, and then you can easily generate the URL link for you to share this lesson with your students, or you can also generate a QR code where users can use their mobile application to scan and enter the lesson. Now, let's go back to my workspace here, right? And under the experiences option, you'll be able to see a breakdown of all the individual lessons which you have created by far. So let's select one of the lesson here, which talks about guest greeting techniques. Now, this is going to take us to the lesson landing page. All right. So you can see here today, a minute ago, this is a hard skills lesson on guest greeting techniques. And under the overview, you can select this view report for you to have a glance on what are all the knowledge portals that have been added into the lesson. So this is just a PDF reference to all the information that can be found inside this lesson. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to select Start Experience and go into the lesson from an end user's perspective. All right. So from end user mode, we are going to experience the lesson like a learner. We are going to see a spatial AI avatar who's going to teach me the lesson. And this avatar that we are seeing is customizable.
Hello,
Hello,
Ollie
Ollie,
Euroliteral.
Euroliteral.
This is an experience about guest greeting techniques.
There we go. Like I mentioned earlier on, we can customize this avatar.
I'll soon explain more about guest greeting techniques and guide you through an engaging and informative experience. Please hold on for a moment while everything is being prepared. It might take just a few seconds to set up.
So very shortly, my teacher here, this AI avatar, is going to start teaching me about this topic here. So as you can see, it has generated a 360 environment. All right, this is completely AI generated. And then we have all the relevant knowledge portals that I need to know about guest greeting techniques. All right, warm welcome, cultural
To warmly
sensitivity.
welcome and assist guests, begin by ensuring a professional appearance. With a neat hospitality uniform. Approach guests with a genuine smile, creating an inviting atmosphere.
Okay, I'll take a pause here, all right? Because what's happening now is that the virtual assistant here is teaching me about guest greeting techniques, right? But most importantly, all right, students will have to go through all these knowledge portals, learn about team coordination, watch some videos about personalization, effective communication, problem solving method. So all these knowledge portals that we see here, it's all AI generated based on the specific topic here. So this is just one out of the 5 lessons. Now, at this point of time, if you feel that some of the information here may need to be adjusted, maybe you have some of your own videos that you may want to upload here for your students to watch, yes, you can always do them in lesson editor mode. So we have an edit option where you will be able to edit the lesson, but that's only limited to the lesson creator who will be able to edit the lessons. For students, we will only be able to access these lessons in play mode. So now this is just the first phase whereby you learn about the specific topic. Now let's move on to the second phase, which is what we call the engagement phase. Engagement phase is where we can ask any questions to the avatar here in relation to the topic.
Welcome to the engagement phase. This phase helps you connect with the lesson topic through suggested questions, or you can ask any questions of your own to explore the subject further.
There we go. All right. So at this stage, what I can do is I can click on this option here. I can either type my answer, I can use text to speech or speech to text to ask my AI assistant any doubts that I may have. All right. So as I mentioned, I can type my question here, or I can just use the microphone icon to use the speech to text. But even if I'm not so sure on the type of questions that I can ask my avatar, not to be worried, there will be suggested questions allowing students to have an idea on how to explore the lesson further or the topic further.
Effective communication enhances guest experiences by ensuring that their needs are understood and addressed. It involves active listening, clear verbal exchanges, and nonverbal cues, making guests feel heard and valued. This approach fosters trust and satisfaction, leading to a more enjoyable stay and encouraging repeat visits.
Right. So this is how the engagement phase is. All right. There is no limit to the number of questions that the student can ask the avatar. I can continue to ask as many questions as I want. So let's move on to the next phase, which is one of the most crucial part of this learning journey, which will be the assessment phase.
Welcome to the assessment phase. Choose from 3 options: a multiple choice quiz, adaptive questions, or a memory challenge using hints and past lesson content.
So we have 3 different type of assessments here. The very first one is a multiple choice quiz, whereby the avatar will post one question with a number of options of answers, which I got to pick my correct answer from.
Start quiz challenge. The timer begins. Which technique best enhances guest experience upon arrival?
This stage, I have to select my preferred answer. Okay, so that's the correct answer, which I managed to get it in my very first attempt, which is to use a guest name, right? So now let's return back to the assessment portal. Now, the second type of assessment we have is what we call the Socratic dialogue. This is an adaptive question setting whereby the AI is going to start asking me question, and I will have to provide my responses in my own choice of words, and then I will be determined whether did I get it right or wrong from the avatar.
The Socratic assessment starts with an easy question and adapts in difficulty based on your answers, creating a personalized learning experience. Let's begin with an easy question about guest greeting techniques. What is one simple way to make a guest feel welcome when they arrive?
Okay, so at this stage, all right, I can select the keyboard option here to provide my answer in the text box, or I can use the microphone icon, all right, to use speech to text function to provide my answer. So every student will be given a default question at the start, all right. Everyone will have the same question, but subsequently, all right, if I were to provide a correct answer, then the next question gets slightly more harder. But if I were to provide an incorrect answer, then the avatar will maintain the difficulty level for me. All right. So allow me to try this question. The question is, what is one simple way to make a guest feel welcome when they arrive in a hotel, right? So when a guest arrives for check-in, a simple smile can let guests feel welcome instantly. It also helps to get guests feel comfortable in an unfamiliar environment. So you can see, all right, you will have to provide your answer in your own choice of words. And let's wait and see what's my score like. All right.
Great. Smiling is indeed a fundamental part of creating a warm and welcoming atmosphere for guests. Now, let's move on to a more intermediate question. How does effective communication enhance a guest's experience during their stay?
Okay, so this Socratic assessment goes all the way up to five different questions. But as a learner, all right, if I'm not able to complete all five questions, no problem. I can also just flag off and move on to the next part of the assessment. So in the next part of the assessment, we have something called Jeopardy assessment. And this Jeopardy assessment is related to all the knowledge portals here. So as the avatar asks me a question, I need to provide the right answer from the respective knowledge portal. So let's go into Jeopardy memory challenge, because here the avatar is going to test my memory on whether have I studied and understood all these knowledge portals.
Test your memory by answering questions and earning points based on your performance. Start Jeopardy challenge. Go to the object identified, then press start.
So if I'm going to get the answer right, I will score the full points. But if I were to use a hint, which later you will see how you can use a hint, then I get half the points, or I can just skip if I'm not so sure. So let's get started.
This aspect involves the seamless collaboration among staff members to provide a cohesive and smooth guest experience.
Okay, so at this stage, I can directly type my answer in this chat box, or I can use speech to text. But if I'm not so sure, if I need a hint, then I can select this little icon here to ask for a hint. All right, so you can see there are some fillers here, some letters, which is helping me to complete the right answer here. So let me try. Team collaboration. Okay, so as you can see, it's in yellow because I only got half right. I got the word team
This
right,
awareness is
but it's team coordination and not team collaboration. So I can continue to use the hint, but I'm still not so sure. I can just select this icon to say I don't know. All right, so this is how the Jeopardy assessment goes on all the way up to 8 different questions. And I can also end this Jeopardy assessment if I don't want to complete it till the end. All right, so let's move on from here. We have something called skill simulator, whereby
welcome to the skills simulator.
where the avatar is going to will be able to teach me on
Ensure
what.
you have a professional appearance to make a positive first impression on guests.
Yeah, so in this skill simulator, the avatar teaches me a step-by-step guide.
Wear the designated hospitality uniform to present a cohesive and professional image. Approach guests with a warm smile to create a welcoming atmosphere. We have completed the walkthrough of the guest greeting techniques. Now, it's your turn to demonstrate the process. Please point to the relevant objects and explain each step. Your performance will be recorded for analysis, and feedback will be provided afterward. When you're ready, you may begin your demonstration.
Okay, so that was a very short skill simulator whereby the avatar provides me a step-by-step guidance on how to present myself when I am attending to guests. All right, but of course, in the interest of the demo, I just kept it very short. All right, so this now the step. This is the time where I have to repeat what the avatar has taught me. So the avatar has taught me to first prepare myself with to wear the proper attire of my uniform, right? So what I can do is I can select the uniform here and provide my response on what was the very first step that the avatar taught me. To first wear the right uniform and look neat and tidy when I am meeting my guests. Okay, now this is the second step. When my guest arrives for check-in, I have to keep a nice smile and welcome them and make them feel comfortable at the environment. Okay, so this is for the school simulator whereby you have to remember what the avatar has taught you, and you can point and identify from the references from the images, and provide your answer in the skill simulator section. Now, let's move on to the final phase, which is the analysis report. So in this analysis report, the AI is going to give you um, a radial score at the start to show you how you have performed. Followed by that, you will get a summary and also a comprehensive detailed report on how you have performed from the beginning, from the learning phase, on your engagement, and etc.
This is your overview chart and your score is final score, 54%. Click on Summary or Details Report for more information.
Okay, so let's take a look at the simulator part.
You got 2 out of 3 right. The user correctly wore the hospitality uniform and greeted guests with a smile, creating a welcoming atmosphere. However, they miss ensuring a professional appearance, which is crucial for a positive first impression. The user should focus on maintaining a neat and professional look to enhance the guest greeting experience.
Okay, so during the skill simulator, I only perform two steps. First is to show that yes, I need to wear my attire and look presentable, and followed by that, I need to maintain a smile. All right, so I just got 2 out of 3 right because there was one additional step, but I abruptly stopped the skill simulator. Now let's look at the summary.
Here's a summary of how you've been doing. Focus on improving attentiveness during lectures and enhancing critical thinking skills. Engage more actively with content and questions to boost knowledge retention. Strengthen understanding of complex topics for better critical thinking.
And lastly, a detailed report.
Here is your detailed report. 1. Focus and attention, scored 9 out of 20. Improve attentiveness by actively listening and following along during lectures. This will help in better understanding and retention of information.
Okay, so that was a complete walkthrough on how a lesson is being experienced from a student's perspective, right? So the top left-hand corner, I can save and exit the lesson. And let's go back to our lesson landing page here. So on this lesson landing page, as you can see, I am the lesson owner. So being the owner of this lesson, I will be able to monitor the performance of my students under this statistics report here. So under the statistics, you will now very shortly see my data entry here, right, which shows the date, which where I have attempted the lesson. There we go, right? The time, my name and the amount of time spent, and you can see how I performed in respective activities like the Jeopardy quiz and how much of time I spent in viewing the lesson. Now, let's take a few more minutes to see how we can also edit this lesson. All right. So at the top left-hand corner, we have edit experience. Early on, we went into start experience, but we have edit experience options. And in this edit experience option, all right, there's a number of things which we will be able to edit in to our preference. For example, the 360 environment. If you feel that a customized 360 environment is required, you can also edit it.
Hi Ollie Muralitharan. You're in edit mode for guest greeting techniques. I'm your AI guide. You can ask me anything.
Okay, so this is in edit mode. So the avatar is not going to narrate and teach me the lesson. There will be no assessments. In fact, this is the stage where I can make any changes to whatever the AI has generated. So first thing first, all right, in terms of the 360 environment, if you feel that it requires a change, at the top right-hand corner under this options menu, we have this 360 environment option where you can either regenerate another AI environment, maybe something that looks that you may want to put a prompt like us on a specific hotel concept and theme. Or what you can do is you can also upload a 360 environment. So if you have a real image that has been captured using a 360 camera device, or even a mobile app that allows you to take a 360 image, you can upload it, and that way users will have a realistic and experience in this lesson as if they are in the hotel of the real hotel, right? Okay, and then let's take a look at the knowledge portals here. So for an example, personalization, there is a video and also there is a text. Let's take a look at the video. You can watch it in full screen.
In this video, we're going to talk about how to greet your new lead coming into your studio for the first time.
Okay, and if you think that this video needs to be changed, no problem. You can just first isolate these specific knowledge portals. Now you're only seeing the video and the text of this knowledge portal of personalization. Select the edit option, and from here you'll be able to upload your own MP4 file, embed any YouTube URL or any remote URL that leads to a Dropbox or a OneDrive, and you can replace with another video. Similarly, you can do this to the rest of the knowledge portals as well. For example, professional appearance, there is a text information. Now what I can do, I can expand, click on the edit option here, and you'll be able to edit the information here accordingly as well. And at the start of the lesson, all right, we remember that the avatar was narrating the lesson to us. So at the top right hand corner here, under the experience settings, we have an avatar narration manager in which I will be able to also edit the narration that the avatar talks about the lesson at the beginning. So this is a complete walkthrough on how you can create a lesson using EON AI Ready. Directly input a prompt and you get up to 5 lessons, and it's unlimited time of number of lessons which you can create. You can just go back to create course catalog, and you can go into AI Ready and input your prompt here. And once the lessons are created, you can also edit the lessons in lesson editor mode. Now, one last feature that I want to show you at this stage would be the train AI. All right. So earlier on under the AI Ready, we directly input a prompt that is purely created based on OpenAI resources. But under the train AI option, you can upload any training materials. You may already have some training materials for your students in PDF format, right? For example, I have a document here. I have a document that talks about Bell Captain. It's 31 pages document that has a lot of information, all right, that talks about Bell Captain. Now what I can do is I can come back to my application here, go to train AI and upload this specific document. All right, so this is the PDF document which I was just showing to you earlier on. Now, once I open this document, all right, the EON AI application is going to scan through the document and identify the lesson title and lesson objective for me. So at this stage, as you can see, I don't need to type anything. All right, I don't even have to put the prompt to my application, but the AI, all right, will be able to generate its own prompts for the lesson based on the document which I have uploaded. Now, based on the information found on the document, the AI has created a playlist for me called Tourism and Hospitality. These are the 5 lessons which the AI has identified for me, all right, from supervised bell desk duties, health, hygiene, and safety at workplace. And although these titles and description has already been generated by the AI based on the context of the document, you are still allowed to make any necessary adjustments if you want to. And despite the language of the document being in English, you can always choose the results to be in a different language. All right. So, and finally, in terms of the lesson flow, it will be the same as what we have seen earlier on, which is there will be a learning phase, engagement, assessment, skill simulator, and finally you get an analysis report. So that is how you can use the train AI feature. So now let's go back to my workspace here. All right. So earlier on, we have seen a hard skills lesson. All right. So for example, the lesson which which I selected earlier on, it spoke about all the relevant information I need to know about guest greeting techniques in a hard skills lesson. Now, let's go into a soft skills lesson. So this is a soft skills lesson on handling guest complaints. All right. So this is slightly different from the hard skills lesson. You will not have the same lesson flow. So let's go into start experience. Now, this soft skills lesson is a learn, train, assess. It's a learn, train, assess model. All right. So first we learn about the specific subject. All right, on handling guest complaints. Now, as you can
Hello,
see,
Ollie Muralitharan. This is an experience about handling guest complaints.
right. So as you can see, this is a learn, train, and assess model. Right. So the
I'll
AI is
soon
going to teach
explain
you.
more about handling guest complaints and guide you through an engaging and informative experience. Please hold on for a moment while everything is being prepared. It might take just a few seconds to set up. Seriously. Offer a solution promptly, using clear and concise language to explain the steps you will take. If the solution involves moving to another
Okay, so this is the stage whereby the avatar teaches me everything I need to know about handling guest complaints, right? And there's an engagement phase where I can ask any questions to my avatar about the specific topic.
Do you have any questions about handling guest complaints?
Right? But if I have no questions, I can select continue and move on to the next phase, which is where I'm going to train myself in a specific role play scenario. So I can choose my scenario. All right, what type of scenario we're looking at? A guest complaint about cleanliness of their hotel room, or unhappy guests on the quality of the food, or you can also put a custom scenario here. But I think I'll stick to one of the suggested scenario here, and let's select next. And yeah, you can choose your role here, whether do you want to be the hotel manager or the housekeeping staff. But I think I will be the hotel manager and let my opponent be the housekeeping staff. Or what I can do is I can put a custom opponent role. So I'll just put the angry customer. All right, and then let's go next. So you can always make adjustment to the AI suggested scenarios and roles and etc. So you can see the AI has generated a scenario for me. In this role play, a hotel manager addresses a guest complaint about room cleanliness. My role as the hotel manager, I will listen to Carlos' concern and work towards a resolution. In my opponent, Carlos is the angry customer. While he's upset, he's also friendly and open to finding a solution without taking things seriously. So let's get started. All right, so it takes you to like a hotel environment with a nice view, and I have colors with me here.
Hey dude, I'm really bummed out about my room, man. It's not clean at all. What's up with that?
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select my microphone option here and provide my response to colors. Hi, sir. I'm so sorry to hear about your experience. Can I just check whether did you enable the do not disturb sign at your door this morning?
Nah, man, I didn't do that. I just expected it to be clean when I got back.
Well, we are really sorry about it. There must have been a misunderstanding. Is it okay if you could give us just about 3 hours, and my guys will quickly go up to your room and do your room before you're back from your tour?
3 hours, dude? That's a long wait. Can't you make it quicker? I want to chill and enjoy my time, you know?
Well, I can't promise you for now, sir, because our team members are extremely busy, but we will definitely prioritize in tidying up your room as soon as possible. Is there anything else that we can help you with?
I get it, man, but it's just super frustrating.
Okay, so this is how the role play goes on and on. All right, so you decide when you want to put a stop, and I think I'm quite done here with colors. I can select this option here to end my soft skills role play. So now back to reality. My virtual assistant here is going to give me my report on how I have performed. So first I get an overview chart, a radial score of my performance, followed by my
This is
summary
your
and
overview
detailed.
chart and your score is 40.
All right, let's take a look at the summary.
Here's a summary of your roleplay activity. The hotel manager acknowledged the complaint and apologized but used informal language and hesitated in communication. The proposed 3-hour wait for cleaning was too long, and the manager failed to offer compensation for the inconvenience. Improvements in professionalism, communication, and responsiveness are needed.
So now let's look at the detailed report here. So you can see what I did right, what I did wrong, and what I should have been. What I
Here
should have
is your
stayed
detailed
safe.
report. What the hotel manager did right. 1. Acknowledgement of the issue. The hotel manager acknowledged the customer's complaint about the cleanliness of the room, which is essential in handling guest complaints. 2. Apology. The manager offered an apology for the inconvenience, which is a good practice in customer service. 3. Proposed solution. The manager suggested a solution by offering to have the room cleaned within 3 hours, showing a willingness to resolve the issue. What the hotel manager did wrong. 1. Informal language. The use of informal language such as dude and man is unprofessional.
All right, now that was a complete walkthrough on how our EON soft skills is. So by the end of this demonstration, all right, we have experienced both EON hard skills and soft skills.
Do
Thank
you
you very
have